Okay, we'll call the meeting of the WLBA board to order. Welcome those of you who are here and consider approval of the agenda.
So moved. I'll second.
Motion second to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same. Motion carries. Let's look at the consent items.
General fund bills, these are billed to Always Law Firm for professional services for $1,039.80. We used Danielle Hanfield. We had some insurance questions as we were negotiating that insurance part of the master contract. So I'd say about half of it was related to negotiations, and then we've had a couple of personnel questions that we've taken to her that were shared, personnel that are shared employees of the district. So that's what that bill is about. If you go over to the second page of the general fund bills, just mentioning a couple of names that you wouldn't have typically seen. Mobile blasting services, our building repairs, that's really work that's being done in the restrooms in the Lakeview building on the second floor, that work that you'd approve. That modern sound engineering is in general fund for Wall Lakeview Auburn, and we talked about the fact that we're going to move that, that's those cameras, we were going to move that to have a one-step sales tax. So it's the same expenses that had been for SAC, and these are the 4 cameras for the Wall Lakeview Auburn bus, and that will go to a different fund. Paul Electric, grounds work for $2,128 is the expense for the crane at the football field for light. Pearson Education, the $4,400 expense is driver's ed books at the high school. Brian, how old were the driver's ed books? 12 years? 14?
They were early 90s. Yeah.
So, and then physically they had it. So, new driver's ed books. Rockville City Lytton open enrollment was for 1 quarter for 1 student. Larissa now reimbursed for credits and mileage. We asked her to get her science endorsement, so that's one of the courses she teaches, the A science. She can actually receive science credit for them. And so I think $110 of that was for reimbursement for credits, and the rest was mileage. Sac County engineer for grounds was some Class A limestone that the district bought from the county. Snyder Tree Service and Nursery Undergrounds at $22.50 was storm related for the ice storm. Southern Cal open enrollment, 5 students for the 4th quarter. Westco Industries was a student that just graduated this spring, but he finished up his last 18 days at Westco before graduation. And if you turn to the back page under law, budget lighting is who was approved for the grounds lighting. That would be replacement of lights at baseball, softball, not football, and the practice softball field. So $35,000, a little over $35,000 of it is for baseball, a little over $12,000 for softball, and about another $12,000 for the practice softball field lights. And that Welco Industries under building were the first couple of projects that Bob Wells did for the district, and it was softball, baseball projects like new roofs on the concession stands and the dugouts, and that was all storm related from either the hailstorm or the ice storm or a combination of the two.
Was budget lighting, did that also include scoreboard?
No. It didn't, because I took those numbers right off from the bill from them, so no, it did not. And there isn't any M. I don't know why I said that.
Budget lighting is all insurance reimbursable?
Yes, it is all insurance reimbursable.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Thank you, I didn't make that very clear.
Still don't have a settlement with the insurance company as far as football lighting is concerned, but we will have. Any other questions or comments about the consent items?
I move to approve the consent items.
I'll second.
Okay, motion second to approve the consent items. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.